The five-a-side East African Hockey Tournament, which started yesterday, is ending today, and actually it's been good for the Kenyan teams, which are performing very well in this tournament, and they are giving us good result at the moment. And we cannot wait for any more than to invite more teams to come in and help us grow our youth in the country, grow our hockey tournament, and make it to be bigger than it is right now. So I'm just joined here by a number of participants and coaches and players who are taking part in this thing, and they're going to tell us actually what it means this tournament to be here and what does it mean to play hockey for the first time. I'm just meeting Harriet from who is participating in the hockey league in Kenya, but she's also a new player, but she's done with school and she's participating in this thing. Harriet, what does it mean to play hockey in Kenya?
Playing hockey in Kenya is very advantageous because there are a lot of skills you learn apart from the skills that you play in the field. You get the discipline, you get the agility, you get the strength, everything, your physical ability. Yeah, so it's really enjoyable.
Playing five-a-side team, because we didn't take the women team to the Youth Olympic last year. Now we have the women five-a-side team. What does it mean for you? Do you think that you can just get a good team that will take us to the Olympics into 2022?
I believe we can get a very good team because we have wonderful coaches and the country supports the game. So I believe with determination and practice, we can get a really good team and go very far. Yeah.
You are in university where you play hockey in a different ground than this turf that you're using right here, right now. What does it mean? What is the challenge of using the other ground than this turf?
I wouldn't take it as a challenge. I'll take it as a stepping stone because the ground there isn't this easy. So when you go there and you master it and you come here, it becomes so much easier and you play even better.
So wow. So you've been playing for some teams in the Kenyan Premier League recently, and you're joining a new team. Can you tell us about these teams and your new adventure?
Well, I'm joining the Orange Lions. It's an upcoming team for the development program. And it's a new team, so we are more than excited to enter the leagues.
Wow, that is Harriet, who is joining new what?
Orange Lions.
Orange Lions. It's a hard name to pronounce, my friends. It's not easy for that, like such an easy word to pronounce. But I'm also joined here by Chebet. We've been having this notion that people from the Rift Valley, they are just known for athletes, they are runners, they're doing their thing. But now, recently, in football, they proved us wrong. But now, again, in hockey, they're trying to prove us wrong. There's a new recruit for the hockey team. Chebet, what does it mean to play hockey?
Playing hockey is just fun, it's exciting, it's fulfilling, and it makes one physically fit and just enjoying to play the game.
Playing five-a-side professionally for the first time, how does it feel?
Actually, it's a first game, and for the first time, one has to feel the
excitement.
The excitement. So it's just.
She's very, very excited to play hockey for the first time in Kenya and the five-a-side. She's hopefully going to join the Women Premier League and do better. But I'm also joined by Coach Rose, who is also a coach in this game. She's going to tell us what it means for ladies to play five-a-side. Will it be like a feeder for the Women Premier League teams, or will it be just like a five-a-side tournament that will be going on and on and on? Rose, tell us about this five-a-side and what do you think it's going to be? Will it be a feeder?
Okay, just as you have said, it's going to be a feeder. A feeder to the juniors and the seniors. Yeah, because right now we have young girls just right from school. Most of them are 18, 19 years. And we are hoping that they are going to do all that they can to get them to the level that we need them to join the junior team.
The five-a-side team that is just going on right now at the moment, does it mean something to you? Does it feel like it's going to be something big? Will it give you a team that will present Kenya in the Olympics 2022, whereby we'll have a Youth Olympics? Do you think we'll have a team like that? Will you think we'll just do better in terms of that?
Definitely, it's always said the earlier the better. Because if we start as early as this, we want to try and maintain the girls. So that when the junior team comes 2022, at least we'll have a team that will represent the country.
These girls goes to different schools. They don't school in the same school. They go to different schools. They play in different grounds. Some of them are horrible. They're not even having any piece of turf like this one that we are just stepping on at the moment. What does it mean? How do you get these ladies come together? How are you going to make sure that they are together all the time so that they don't get to the point whereby we have a team, five-a-side, they come and play. After playing, they disappear again. Then we don't have a strong team which can stick together. How are you going to manage that?
Okay, when it comes to that, there's always a technical team that writes down a program. As we are approaching the tournament, the program is drawn up, the dates are given. We call the girls because we know them and we know where they're schooling. We call them, bring them together, we give them the days to train, and that's how we come to bring them together so that we can use the surface which is proper for them.
But you can admit it's not an easy thing.
It's not an easy thing because you find some of them, they keep on changing where they are. Colleges, some are out of the country, some go, they just decide to take other sports. But we are hoping and we want to maintain them. We just want to make sure that we maintain, now that we've started with this Hockey 5, we want to try and keep the girls together. Yes.
So it's not easy, as the coach has said, Rose, it's not easy to maintain a team. Putting these girls together, they go to different schools, they do different things, they change schools one after another. Sometimes those who are studying in high schools, schools do change, things do change, coaches do change, the playgrounds do change, and it's not an easy thing to help them play a better hockey, especially when you bring them together. But also I'm joined by Coach Mike. We talked about something yesterday about the growth and the development of hockey in the country. And today I have some different questions for him, and he's going to tell us actually what it means to play hockey. Like, for example, last year, our team went to Buenos Aires and they performed very well. The media said they performed dismally. What do you have about that?
Thank you for joining us today. One, I will say that we did not perform dismally in Argentina. You realize we lost the first two matches to Australia and to India, who were the eventual silver medalists. The other three matches against Canada, we went down 4-3. Against Austria, it was 4-3. Against Bangladesh, it was 4-3. So the matches were close. So in our view, remember our target was to play to get the medals for the country. But at the same time, our key objective was to expose the youngsters to international hockey, which was a plus for us.
So last year when they went to Buenos Aires, they came back. Some of them were candidates for the Form 4 exams, and at the moment they returned back into the country, 2 days to 3 days later, they were doing the national examinations. That one, do you think it affected them, and how are you going to do it differently 2022 so that it doesn't become the same issues again?
One, I will say the boys knew what to expect. So we worked with the various schools and the parents. The parents really did support us. The teachers in the schools also did prepare them well for the exams. And keeping in mind, remember my fellow coach, the one we traveled to Argentina with that is Kevin Lugalia. Remember, he's a high school teacher. So we were even reading. We were doing the revision away in Argentina, and that was not specific to Kenya. I saw the Canadians also revising for their exams. So that was an observation that was made by the Anglo-speaking Anglophones, that the IOC needs to adjust the dates for the Olympics, because at that time most of their youngsters are sitting for the exams. So we hope there will be a change in 2022. Coming to the issue of preparations, you realize that the age group that is going to participate in 2022 Africa Youth Games and the Youth Olympics, they are the kids who've just joined Form 1 now. Because remember, these games are age specific. You have to be 18 years old and below, so between 15 and 18. So the process has started, not here today, but we have the coaches that are handling these boys in school. If you realize, part of this TAP program, it's actually tapping talent at the grassroots. So this program is going to empower these coaches, the umpires, so that come 2022, we will see Kenya running away with the gold medal in the Africa Youth Games, subsequently qualifying for the Olympics, and then who knows, even run away with the Olympic gold, because we've learned, we've taken our lessons.
Olympic gold. That is the aim, that is what actually Kenyans want at the moment, the Olympic goals. Getting an Olympic gold from the hockey tournament is not easy, but coach has promised they will do it. But coach, I have the last question for you. In terms of exposure, we have Uganda, we have teams like Tanzania, but they're not participating or taking part in this tournament at the moment. What are your plans, like exposing this team, the five-a-side team, to maybe countries like Australia, India, or other African countries which are doing better in terms of hockey? Are you planning to invite countries from Burundi, Rwanda, Tanzania, Ethiopia, our neighbors and other African nations to participate in this thing, to give us our boys a big exposure in terms of this hockey, so that they get more experience when they go to 2022 Olympics? They'll be having an upper hand, having that they are experienced, knowing that they can do this thing better than anybody else.
One, we must first understand why we are having this TAP East Africa project. It's a 4-year project which has specific deliverables. One is to develop hockey in the Eastern African part of the continent. So as much as today we are not seeing our neighbors, Tanzania, here, it's part of the process. We first need to train their coaches, their technical officials. Then they will go down on the ground. Then we will see, maybe in 2 years' time or 1 year's time, we'll be able to see a team from Burundi, a team from Tanzania, a team from Malawi, a team from Seychelles. And then by then, Uganda should give us a run for the money also. So you realize the major objective of this project is to develop hockey at the grassroots, to grow this sport in Eastern Africa. On the issue of exposure, it's a process also. Remember, by us just hosting this tournament, you can see our girls did not travel to Algeria, neither did they travel to Argentina. They have had a chance. Like the girls you've just talked to were part of the setup for the Africa Youth Games. Unfortunately, due to lack of resources, the Olympic Committee with our government was only able to sponsor one team to the Africa Youth Games. So maybe going forward with proper planning, with the resources available, then all our teams other than hockey will be able to get international exposure.
That is Coach Mike, the Vice President of the Hockey Kenya Federation. It's quite one of the most important interviews that I've ever had with the Hockey Department and Hockey Kenya Federations, whereby we have very clear information from these guys. IOC has to get their things right. They have to get their cards right. They have to do their thing. They have to make their preparations so that they don't hinder classes and school students from getting the exams right or doing their things on time, so that they prosper both educationally and in sport-wise things. So from here at the hockey grounds, we have to call it a day and say Hoye Hockey Kenya, and we hope that countries like Tanzania, Malawi, Seychelles, India, Australia will join this tournament if it will be there next year.